Hey y'all, how you doing? Hey look, I'm just going to do this little short video. Maybe it's short, maybe it's not, for a friend of mine who's also getting into beekeeping. So here we go. All right, so this is me and a guy at work, Bill. We're talking about screen bottom boards and bottom boards in general, and we're going to touch on swarm traps for just a minute. All right, Bill, when we bought our Hoover hive, this screen bottom board should have been included with your hive. It opens, and we'll show all the different ways these open, but it opens back here. You pull that out and you can empty it, do a mite count, do a bug count or whatever. Look at your stuff, clean it off, and then it just slides right back in there and kind of seals. It doesn't have to seal, it just sits back in there nice and tight. All right, we talked about doing a oxalic acid vaporization treatment. All right, so when this is sitting on your hive tool, on your hive stand, just slide that right in here, back in here, cover this over, and let it vaporize. Now the thing of it is, we're going to have to cut a piece of plywood and close that off, or it won't work, it won't function properly. It'll just all escape out into the wild. Little minor stuff, all right? Not a big deal. We will discuss that further next time I see you. All right. This is a bottom board that I bought from Daydant. All right. It has a feature that I really like, and that is this oil tray. Oops, hang on a minute. There we go. It has an oil tray. As you can see, it's got this additional top that kind of filters stuff off, but when the hive beetles fall through there, they can't get back out. And so you put a little bit of mineral oil or vegetable oil in here, and you can see all the debris. You can see some, there's all kinds of crap in there. There's some small hive beetles, they're dead and all that kind of stuff. But this is the bottom board that I really like. One drawback to it is it only comes in a 10 frame size. But let me show you. Our 8 frame fits inside of it. So what do we got to do? We need to cut 2 little shim pieces that are this tall. Lay in here, and then we can use this 10 frame with the oil trough for our 8 frame hives. All right. Now then, this here is also a screen bottom board, and it has a removable tray. All right, but look how narrow the slot is. All you can do is get this piece of board out of there. You're not ever going to be able to get our oxalic acid treatment in there without cutting a notch in here. All right, but I don't like this one. It actually came with one of my frames or one of my hive sets, and I don't use it. I purchased the Daydant bottom boards for it. All right, now then, this here is a standard screen bottom board. As you can see, we've used it for a while. Bees loved it. You can see here and here where we done our oxalic vaporization, and it burnt the bottom of them. Those things get hot. Get up to like 400 degrees. They're insanely hot. So when I start using these and start vaporizing through here, I'm going to put a 3/4 inch piece of plywood with a silicone topper on it, and then I'm going to set this on top of that, and then I'll build my hive up high. All right, so we'll talk about all that next time I see you, but this is just the difference in bottom boards. Just a standard bottom board. One type of screen bottom board that you might find that is less than optimal, even though you can pull this out, empty all this stuff off of there and look and see how many hive beetles and all that kind of stuff. There's no reservoir for any oil, so the hive beetles will just fall through here, crawl around, and crawl back up. It does nothing to kill or eliminate the hive beetles. This one here is the best one in my opinion. It has the screen bottom board. It has the oil trough to capture and keep the hive beetles and kill them. The problem with it is it only comes in a 10 frame size, but you can make the slats, the small adapters to go on here, and it'll fit fine. This is the 8 frame that came with ours. It has the removable tray that you can put, and the slot is thick enough to put the oxalic vaporization in there, but there's no oil trough to catch the beetles and kill them. All right, so what I'm going to do today most likely is make 2 strips, 1 inch wide, 3/4 of an inch tall, and glue them in here, or somehow or another attach them to this so that they're semi-permanent. It's made out of cypress. It's not supposed to rot, but I want to paint it something terrible, but I'm not supposed to. All right, next thing, swarm traps. As you can see, this frame is nasty. It's got wax moth webbing in it. There's some. It's got old, I'm talking about ancient old frame, wax, pollen. The bees have meandered around on it, and it's really pretty nasty. This is actually because you can tell here, it is all wax. There's no foundation in this one, so I'm going to use it in my swarm trap, because the nastier it is, the better the swarm trap. All right, so let me move my swarm trap. Now, we talked about this the other day too. All right, so here's my swarm trap overview. You can see when you catch a swarm, you can close these down to vent, queen excluder, whatever. That's what that's for. You get them on Amazon, they're like $1 a piece or something. All right, you can see here how it's constructed a little bit. Let me get around here where a little bit better. You can see that inside that wall is this wall, and then you just put a little cap on the outside of it, and the frame, let me get my old nasty frame, sits in there like that, all the way up against the back, and then you can put additional frames, up to 5 of them in here, but the bees like some extra space, so don't crowd it, okay? And they like extra space at the bottom. You can see that the frame is about 4 to 6 inches off the bottom. The bees like that open space down there as they're moving in. All right, and that frame can go that way, but 1 frame of old nasty comb is usually enough. That there smells, I mean, I can smell it, so it smells pretty good. The bees will find it. And I'm going to put 2 more frames, empty frames in here to catch, and I'm going to go hang this swarm trap up and put it up. But that there just goes on there. I put a strap around it, strap it to a tree as high as you can go. If you can get it 12 foot up a tree, do it. If you can get it 4 foot up a tree. Do they like it a little higher, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, there's some traffic coming by. You'll hear cars coming by. But if you have any questions, you can ask them, whatever. We'll try to work through it. I'm gonna do like my buddy Mike Berry on TV, on the internet, and say this is not the way to do it. It's just a way to do it. It just happens to be the way that I'm doing it today. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. We'll see you later.